Now, in the spring, we have cool season crops and we have warm season crops. You don't want to plant any warm season vegetables or flowers until after the frost-free date, which for a lot of people is not till May. But what you can do is get lettuce and all the greens. And you don't have to buy, it's very easy to buy lettuce starts already, but lettuce and all the different greens from the Swiss chards, the kales, they're so nutritious if you eat them fresh. And they're the easiest to grow in our climate. So let me show you how inexpensive and easy it is to grow lettuce from seed. First of all, when I open the seed pack, I like to open it from the upside down flap so that when it's open, I will be able to display it like this. Now, this is simply a paint stick. Recycle, reuse whenever you can. Paint stirrer, you get those for free. The seed pack goes right on top so I can still read the instructions on the back to see when those seeds are supposed to pop up. And then I'm covering this with a mason jar, but you can just recycle any old jar, protection from the rain. And then when you plant the seeds, let me show you this little tip. The seeds are, when you put them down a little too thickly, you have to thin them. I hate thinning the seedlings because I always feel like I'm uprooting the siblings, and having come from a very large family, I hate to lose all my siblings. So instead, look at this. Put them in the palm of your hand and then use the corner of the envelope to just flick them into space so that they're evenly spaced throughout. And after I'm done seeding, neighborhood cats can be visiting, so I like to recycle and reuse. A tomato cage, I don't need it in the early spring. I just lay that right on top of my seed packet. Of the newly planted seedlings, and that keeps the cats out, but it still allows the rain and things in. Then if it gets really cold, I can always just drape this with a light covering for protection. So you don't even have to have a garden to become a farmer. A recycled Easter basket, and what I did is I lined it with a plastic grocery bag, poked holes in the bag for drainage, covered with a little bit of moss. This is so inexpensive. And now you can put this on your front steps so it's really close and handy for gathering ultra fresh greens. Or we can put it in the garden and use it as a great garden accent piece. So come on. Okay, so now why bury a basket in your garden? This is my perennial bed. But the reason I'm doing this is because it makes kind of a clever little garden accent, but it lets me know exactly where I have my lettuce or other cool season crops planted, because these are plants. Now remember, cool season crops can go in now. That's peas, that's lettuce, any of the greens like kale and Swiss chard. But it is way too early to be planting basil, tomatoes, and all the heat-loving crops. But this little basket is going to be my reminder to be harvesting this. The more of these little side leaves that I take, then I'm going to keep getting more and more leaves, and also to deadhead the pansies. And you know that enemy number one to lettuce is the slugs. So it's a little easier to keep the slugs out of this basket than to keep them out of this entire perennial garden that I have here. So this way I won't have to water as much. The basket's well insulated. I'm going to be picking from this, way up until it gets warm in June. Now, coming right up, we're going to have naked gardening. Yep, naked lawn care.